Hello, everybody. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family. Where we're intentionally living life.
Sorry, I lost it. I forgot my line.
And our internet is all over the place, so we apologize if we're having issues. So if it's too bad, we are recording it right now, so we'll re-upload it later if it comes down to that.
Yes.
Anyways, happy
Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy.
Are you happy? Happy Father's Day. So today is Father's Day. So all of you out there, if you are a father in one way or another, I am wishing you a happy Father's Day.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
the whole theme that we have going on here is Father's Day, so I don't want to overwhelm everyone.
Yes.
Hi, Linda Rose. Hi, Hope Marks. Glad you were able to join us. I hope that it's not too difficult for you to enjoy our show, but we will have it re-uploaded probably.
Yeah, so we have a couple fun things for you guys today. If you can't tell, this is different than the previous weeks.
Yes, it's very woodsy. It's very nice.
And,
we
moved to a new campground today.
Happy Father's Day to us while it rained.
It rained when we packed up. It rained the whole time we drove here.
And it rained while we set up.
Yes.
And then the rain stopped.
So we are at, what's the name of the?
Cypress Black Bayou Recreation Campground.
So we are probably 50 yards from the lake, the huge reservoir, and it's a really, really pretty campground.
It is very pretty here. However, we did a lot of research and scouting out this area before we moved here because it's not set up for RVs. I mean, it's set up, all the pads are for RVs.
Yes.
But the electrical and the water and how they made the pads, it doesn't make sense at all. Somebody just came in
and just poured concrete
said,
or poured asphalt.
Let's just put water there and electricity over there, or let's put them together at the very, very back. And anyway, highly recommend you coming with extra cord for power and extra hoses if you haven't already scouted the area. We got a pretty good spot that was easy to back into.
Yep.
And we're able to reach the hose underneath the trailer to the other side. One hose fits, and then power is in a good spot.
Yeah.
So, some of the sites, it was like they put the picnic table on the back side of the trailer and the water and the power on the front side of the trailer.
It was nuts.
That's not how campers work.
Yeah. And even though some campers have water in weird places and electricity in weird places, they're kind of becoming more standardized where they have it. And so when you're just randomly putting faucets and power wherever you think you might feel like it at that point, it's just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the area is gorgeous, though.
Yep.
The bugs were not bad today because it was raining. And I'm hoping that temperature-wise, when it does rise again after this rain, that the trees are going to help with that cooling effect and the fact that we're close to a large body of water.
Yeah.
We were, again, 50 yards from a little body of water at the last place, but it was just a little pond. So
Yep.
Can't get much cooling from a pond, especially when you're sitting on concrete without any trees around. I'm sorry, Linda. I'm so sorry that it's cutting in and out.
Yeah, we will re-upload it, and we'll get it out
Yeah.
as another video. So
It must be this area because we've tried multiple things to get this to work.
my phone doesn't have a problem. It's AT&T, but my prepaid plan doesn't allow me to stream from it.
And my Verizon is having a little bit of difficulty. So it looks like we have a little gap, and maybe we should think about a hotspot with AT&T.
Yep.
We'll see. Anyway, so Father's Day. We interviewed our dads. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah. So we kind of had this idea because we've been every other week we have been interviewing other RVers and RV families. And we just were like, well, who would we have on for Father's Day? We're like, oh, what about our dads? So
it's Father's Day. Why
it's
not?
Father's Day, so why not go?
Let's get to know them a little bit more.
Get them involved. So we contacted our dads, and
this is what ensued.
So enjoy. All right, everybody. So this is my dad, Tom, and he is all the way in Camas, Washington, which is just a couple miles away from where we're at right now. So thanks, Dad, for joining me. So let's go ahead and start off. I have a couple questions that I'd like to ask. The first one is, what was something that made you proud of being a dad?
Probably getting to watch all of my kids grow up and start having families and having grandkids.
Okay. Do you like being a dad or a grandpa better?
They both had their times and moments. I don't get to see enough of my grandkids, so that's kind of a hard one to say. But
yeah.
But I enjoyed being a dad, and hopefully my kids enjoyed being my kids.
Yeah. I think for me, doing a lot of the growing up camping was always a highlight. And going canoeing, fishing, and everything we did with scouts was also a highlight.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So for everyone watching, one of the things my dad was, he was also our scoutmaster for the Boy Scout troop that I was a part of. So me and my brother were part of the same Boy Scout troop, and he was the scoutmaster. So we had lots of hikes and camping trips and all kinds of fun adventures together with our troop. So number 2, was there a lesson that your dad taught you that has stuck with you?
Probably the one that sticks with me the most is always be on time and early if possible.
Yeah. Okay.
That, and he always encouraged us to be hard workers, but I think the punctuality is probably the thing that I got the most growing up.
Okay. That's probably where I get it from.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember, who was it? I think John Tarter had something on his wall that said, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're dead. So that was something that always stuck with me, that I was, that I think is a good thing for anybody, Don't try to plan on being early. So
it's good, but you have to learn that you can't make everybody be that way.
That is true. That's true. So, what is your favorite hobby and why?
Well, my favorite hobby is wood carving or woodworking, and I think I just started it when I was a young boy. My mom and dad got me a carving set, and I started using it. So I've been carving for probably 45 years.
Okay. Now, was Grandpa a carver as well, or did he just more do woodworking?
No, he was the only carving that he ever did when I was growing up is he did some whittling.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that got me started was a Christmas ornament that he made that was a ball in a cage.
All right.
So similar to some of the walking sticks that I've made.
Okay.
But it was a part of a broken flagging paddle that he was working with that got broken, and he took the broken piece of the handle and carved the ornament out of it.
Awesome.
And it hung on our trees for years.
That's awesome. Love to see a picture of that someday. I don't know if there's one floating around.
I don't know if there ever was one, and it got lost somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
Okay. Cool. So lastly, what is one tip that you would give to other dads?
Well, that's kind of a hard one to pull just one tip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple if you have a few.
Well, I think loving your family.
Okay.
And only after loving the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think one has to happen before the other one can truly happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And being available as much as possible. I know that dads aren't always completely available, but try to be as available as much as possible.
Yeah, that's true. It's also, I think, having those special moments with your kids, like going on a camping trip or, doing those activities that help them feel connected to you as a dad is also helpful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, and it always makes it easy when they enjoy what you enjoy. And I think that's finding those parts of our children's interests is probably the hardest thing, but the most rewarding.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so my dad has done a lot of like wood toys for all of his grandkids, and my kids absolutely loved getting those. And he's done airplanes, and it's an ironing board and iron, and I'm trying to think of some cars. And so he's done some really cool things with woodworking, and it's really cool to see. So, he's also done what was it? How many canoes have you made?
Well, I've been involved in building 5.
5? Okay.
Canoes, yeah. 2 that are mine, well, actually mine and your sister Heidi's, and then one of them was your grandpa's, and then 2 others were 2 of the dads in our scout troop, and we built them all at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, to me it seemed like you could almost do that as a business, but that's a whole lot of man hours to put in for that kind of product.
Yeah, and it would be cost prohibitive to. I mean, somebody who wants to pay for it would pay for it, but it definitely is an expensive craft.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of like taking the toys that you've made and like selling those at like a bazaar or anything like that?
Not really. I like doing those for specific purposes.
Okay.
I have toyed around with maybe doing walking sticks. That would probably be a little bit more fathomable thing. And other small woodworking projects, but
yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day and joining me. And we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carolyn, and I'm talking to my dad. Hi, Dad. This is Steve Pratt, and I'm gonna ask you some questions, Dad, about being a dad. So my first question to you is, what has been your proudest moment as a dad?
I think my proudest moment has been every time my daughters have gotten married. That's my proudest moment. And anytime my children get married and find their mate, it's a proud moment. So that's the proudest moment. When I get to dance with my daughter and my daughter-in-law, that's a very special time.
The father-daughter dance is really important to you then?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very important to me as well. I remember our waltz to Cinderella, I think, by Stephen Curtis Chapman. So I don't remember songs, so it's pretty important if I can remember exactly what we danced to.
I just remember that somehow your breasts had function and your shoe was connected with but we just kept dancing, and all worked out fine.
Yep, we got through it. So, what's a lesson that Grandpa taught you that you will never forget?
It's really kind of funny, but every time I mow the grass, there's something that my grandpa taught me. It's how to mow the grass.
He taught you how to physically mow it and get straight lines.
Right. And all I do is remember every time I'm mowing. And it actually works with a lot of things, like how you paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same pattern. So it just reminds me of that time where he taught me how to mow a lawn.
Yeah. Grandpa was pretty handy with his hands, too. Like, I remember him making a lot of wooden objects in his garage. Do you think you grew into that sort of livelihood because of what you saw him doing?
No, I think it was because I had a desire and I had a natural knack. It was just part of the craft heritage. In fact, when I was young, my dad had a shop, and we were allowed in the shop, so we didn't know what he did. We just didn't want us to be around because, kids are kids, and so the garage was basically off limits.
That was his safe space, his alone space, which is important for dads, right? To have their space. Do you have a safe space or a space while we were kids that you it was off limits to us and you escaped to that when you needed time?
No, but no, what I can say is I used to go and practice, and that was kind of my goal to improve my ability as a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't necessarily going away to a place, though. It was just a time to relax and actually do something I enjoyed. So with all your kids, it was really, I enjoyed new kids. I enjoyed having the household full.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to not have full here at the house. So I just enjoyed that with two kids. And so I think that's one of the questions you was going to ask me the last, but what I wish I knew before is how it feels like, what it's going to feel like when all the kids have left the nest.
Mm.
And I guess I always feel young, want to always I'm enjoying the grandkids now, the little ones, the little babies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I never had to move out of that. It's kind of like Peter Pan, where has that place where he never grows up.
Right. It's probably been hard as we've grown up and married and moved on and been less time at home and.
But then again, it's good to know that it's good to enjoy moving on with life, because we have yours. You need to be adults. You need to, there's that time that goes for everything.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. I remember, this is going back to you saying your alone space was that time to practice piano. I remember being back in the house in Seattle and laying underneath the grand piano while you practice, kind of under your feet. I'm pretty sure at some point I was bugging you, but I don't remember ever being shooed away from the piano, like I've done with my own kids as I'm trying to practice, and somebody's trying to add some high notes and some low notes, and I'm like, just let me practice. I don't remember that.
No, I don't think you kids did that. I think you kids enjoyed just being there. And I think I'll let you know, though, that when it's time to play, it's that person's time to play, and not anybody else's time to play. And yeah.
You must have had really good parameters, because I can't get my kids to listen to me. No, you will not do this. But if we just listened to you playing instead of joining.
Well, Mother is a pretty good, I call her the general.
The general.
We have things, yeah, to other people I don't call her that, but to other people I say she's the general. She's the hub of the wheel. And that's how things work. She was the one that kept things in an orderly fashion, and this is what needs to be done. And so I would just say, okay, how far do I need
to go? So, other than playing piano, what do you do to relax or to have fun?
Well, right now it's just I go into the apartment, we call the apartment, and I just sit down and watch movies, just to do that. Actually, I've been lately coming in and like on Sundays, been playing the piano. I've got some popular classical stuff that I'm playing, and so I enjoy that. In fact, I'll play until my hand starts to hurt because I'm playing so long. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of nice that I haven't lost the ability.
Of course, you haven't lost the ability.
And my hopes are in the future to actually do some paintings. In fact, Elizabeth gave me a couple of years ago some painting materials, and I would love to actually have time to some drawings and some paintings and stuff like that.
And you did sketches when you were younger. I remember seeing some of those. And every once in a while on vacations, you'd pick up paper and pencil.
Yeah. And what's interesting is you remind me of my junior high days when the real funny thing was making these monster-looking guys with these big monster cars type of thing, like the drag races. I used to draw these monsters that were driving these ship cars and stuff like that. And it was kind of like a Mad magazine. If you ever look at that, see what it was like. But I did a lot of, when I was in junior high, I did a lot of oil painting when I was in high school. So, in fact, in high school, we were remodeling the art class, and instead of going to be remodeling it, tearing it down, so that year we got to paint a portion of the wall. So when you walk into the art class, this big 10-foot ceiling with walls all the way around it had all our art on the wall. It was like a collage of just different stuff.
Wow.
It was really interesting.
All right, tell whoever's pounding on your side to be quiet.
He's taking that
recording studio here. You're supposed to be quiet on that end. It's probably Ben, isn't it?
No, it's Andrew.
It's Andrew.
He's been working 12. Yeah, he's been working 12 hours a day, 4 days a week.
Little brother Andrew, we're doing an interview.
He's my workhorse. I didn't get to say how he was last night because we had 90-degree weather yesterday in his house. I guess he's alive, so he's got a little bit of a sunshine on the backside of his neck.
Well, I hope to see some of your art as you take more time to let that hobby kind of grow and flourish. I know of one other gentleman that I met at our church who retired as a firefighter and has gone full-fledged into painting and the art scene, and he's doing fantastic. So I can imagine what you could do as well. So
yeah, it's just a matter of breaking from, like in this remodel, it's just like it's an all remodel. In fact, I was telling your husband, I went out and made 4 feet small scrap that took 3 hours of the garden, and realized how, and I haven't been out there for 3 years. Mother, and usually you know how immaculate our garden is. So trying to break away from the 12 hours a day.
Yes. So I see some of your work behind you. Not a lot of it's in the camera view, but I see a tad bit of the fireplace that you've put in. I know you guys have spent a lot of time on this remodel. It's been over a year, right?
Oh, it's been almost 3 years.
3 years? When you started the project?
3 years ago, May, we started digging underneath. And then the following spring, we were actually starting on the lower level of the second story. And by September, we had a roof on. That fell in September. And then we started this the next spring, what's what I'm in right now, which is the kitchen, or as we call it, the great room.
And that's what you're sitting in now, is the great room.
Right. But now I'm working underneath the upstairs because we built over the boys' room. And so now it's been gutted and it's been reframed and wires in, and I'm butting and sheetrocking it so that it's going to be done here and hopefully in the next 2 months.
The next few months. So, do you have an end in sight? Do you know about how many more months it's going to take to finish the project?
I never really do that to myself. Because I put a time limit, and it makes me do things beyond what I'm having to really reel myself in and just relax.
Yeah.
Delay the process because I get really tired.
Right.
I'm really pushing it. The next project is to actually finish redoing the living room because we have hardwood floors going downstairs. So, and then I kind of been thinking about redoing the back rooms of the mobile, which where Ben is.
Sorry.
There was a few more minutes of that interview left.
Sorry. Oh my
She thought that I was still on
in the chat window, and I grabbed the keyboard, and he's like, "Wait,
I was trying to get the mouse moved over there, and she pushed a button."
I need to just let him manage and not try to chat with you guys. But it was my idea to put the hotspot on the other side of the trailer, and that has cleared up our connectivity issues. So I'm super glad about that. And let's see. Nursing Our Travel Bug joined in. Happy Father's Day to all. We'll watch it all soon. Almost home. Just wanted to pop in and back out. Bye. Okay. Drive safe.
So I think what we'll do is we'll upload the entire interview with our dads on a separate video.
And then because the connectivity was so bad at the beginning of this, maybe we'll just repost this entire live chat so that people who missed the beginning can really get a good view, a good watch. Anyway.
Yes. So we'll make 3 videos out of 1.
Yes. So, if you're just joining us, Garrett and I are celebrating Father's Day by interviewing our dads.
Yep.
Garrett interviewed Tom, his dad, and I interviewed Steve, my dad.
Yep.
So, and I had such a fun little ending, too. I was like, my dad, or something like that. I don't know.
Everyone, my dad. I was trying to get her not to do it. I was like, if I can get it over to the...
Sorry. We've had some technical difficulties tonight, but I think we're doing really well. And, I mean, we're just chilling with you guys.
Yeah.
This is Father's Day. We don't expect a whole lot of people to pop on. It'll probably be rewatches later on. Oh, there's the alarm that says, hey, we got to go live again. So what did you do for Father's Day yesterday?
Ate corn chips. No, I actually
He has a buddy who got him tickets.
It was semi-work related for the work that I do with my business. So a friend of ours who is in the area, he works for a video production company. They do video, like the IMAG screens for concerts. So like, if you're, 1,000 yards back on a concert, you can see what's going on because they're, videotaping it. Mm-hmm. And so he works with a company that does that. Well, he was like, hey, while you're in town, if you want to come see one of the shows here at the Horseshoe Casino, let us know. And so I was like,
yeah, why not?
Okay, why not?
I'll go watch it.
And so, for a couple months, I've been trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to work this? Is it going to work this? No. And finally was able to get a date that worked. And I went and saw, if you are a country music fan, I saw Gary Allen.
And he was only like 11 rows from the front.
I was 11 rows from the front. So I was sitting there. I mean, I could see the spit coming out of his mouth. And see the 75 picks that he was throwing out into the audience. He was just showering picks. And I feel...
You get one, and you get one, and you get one. Everyone gets one.
It was funny because the place I sat, I got two very odd people sitting on both sides of me. One side was this lady by herself with a little, like a name badge thing saying Gary Allen Superfan. It's like, oh great, I'm sitting next to this lady that says Gary Allen Superfan.
How old was she, like in her 50s?
Yes. She was in her 50s and by herself. And
she couldn't find anybody to go with her to the concert.
And then the seats beside me on the other side were empty. Until the last two songs when the people decided to finally go sit down and enjoy the concert. They
were probably standing in the back drinking.
They were standing in the back drinking, probably. And it's a casino, and it's a 21 and over, so it's, they sell alcohol right outside the door, so you could get thoroughly liquored up if you wanted to.
So you could really enjoy the concert, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But it was a fun concert. The venue is not like super huge. Probably could fit about 2,000 people there. But it was still a good crowd. Everybody but me knew the words to every single song.
He'd never heard of them until he was invited to the show.
I watched like one video on YouTube of Gary Allen. I think it was his airplane song. So...
We don't listen to much country music, so...
Yeah. He had some good music. And, I mean, a lot of the music is stuff that... I'm a guitarist. I play guitar. I appreciate a lot of the skill that a lot of the guitarists had.
Yeah.
And all the musicians were very talented. So
he was there for the ambiance and the skill and
the lighting,
the
presentation. Because the business that I have, which I haven't been doing a whole lot of, mainly because we're on the road, is stage and theatrical lighting. So anything concert related, anything big light shows, that kind of stuff, that's my jam. That's what I like to do if I wanted to try and earn money myself. So, and I've done concerts bigger than that show. I've done light shows bigger than that. But it was nice to sit down and be able to just enjoy a concert with the lighting show and all that stuff together. So
was it a good night away from the kids?
It was. It was nice. It was fun. It was nice to be able to just be like, okay, I'm going to go there and then we'll come back. It's only 25 minutes from where we were staying. So, anyways.
I think you enjoyed watching Driving and Vibin' better.
Yes. But that was just the music. I mean, it was just the ambience and the music and just being able to sit down and just relax. Mm-hmm. That was what was cool about that one. There was just like this, we didn't want to go back.
So I think I'm making it my own personal goal to play more music, listen to more music in the next couple of months, because it's one thing that has definitely fallen out of our daily life.
Yeah. I mean, I have a $1,300 guitar
I know. We brought a keyboard along that we could play, and I could teach the kids, but we haven't picked it up, set it up in a couple of weeks, a couple of months.
The hard part is with the kids, their attention spans on learning.
It's okay, but I have a long attention span, so I should be playing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my goal.
Baby
you guys
steps.
need to keep us accountable to picking up our instruments again.
Maybe we'll do a live stream with our instruments at one point.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Anyway, Father's Day theme. Here we go.
The kids.
If you haven't already, check out our Friday video. It's another kids video, kids only. But they went to church today and came out with some wonderful Father's Day gifts. Well, first I have to show you Edison's.
Ate some.
So Edison painted a little flower with little blobs of paint. It just says, "Jesus, give me the power to do everything." And then I let him have it in the back seat, and he ate it.
He was making noises, so he was using it as a trumpet.
He had it all rolled up. I was trumpeting it. But, yeah, it's all eaten. I was like, I wanted to put that on the refrigerator. I think I still might.
It's hilarious, actually, because of the fact that he ate half of it.
Anyway, Emma and Timothy, well, here's Timothy. They actually wrote letters to Daddy. So I will read you 2 letters. And I must say, they wanted me to read it a couple of times as we drove home. And from the back seat, it was hilarious to hear them just uproar, the laughter that...
It'll move you to tears, but not
they thought it was hilarious.
Touching tears.
All right. My daddy, this is from Timothy. My dad's name is Dad. He is 13 years old. My dad makes the best bacon, and it's spelled B-A-C-N-E.
I make good bacon.
That's pretty good, though, because, I mean, he's not ready to start spelling words like bacon. His favorite color is bro. He said, "I meant brown. Brown." I don't think any of you have ever seen Garrett wear brown, but that's okay. He said his favorite color was brown. Maybe it was because he had that color pen.
Brown.
Brown.
Marker.
My dad is funny when he wakes up.
Okay.
My dad always says, "Let's play." My favorite thing to do with my dad is TV. If I could buy him a gift, I would buy him candy.
Okay.
And finally, I love my dad more than snakes. My dad, and there's a picture.
Yep, yeah.
It looks just like you.
It looks just like...
It looks just like you. Look at those eyes.
Arms out.
You look like a ghost. You're very straight up and down. I would have drawn you like with a big like circle belly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So, Emma, she's 3rd grade. So, we do a little bit better with the spelling, but I had to guess at a couple of them. So, my dad's name is Garrett. She missed the E. Garrett. He is 36.
Very close.
Years old. Close. She aged you a little bit. My dad makes the best jokes. His favorite color is blue or black. My dad is
Looks
funny.
like blow or block.
Blow or block. My dad is funny when he teases me with unicorns and peanut butter. That's an inside story. That's an inside joke right there.
Yes.
It drives her crazy. In fact, she does not like unicorns anymore because of the teasing that you have done. Whenever they ask nonsensical questions or just questions in general, it drives Garrett crazy. So he has reverted to just saying this one phrase.
It's a question. The question's like, they look outside the window, they see something.
What is that?
They're like...
So, my dad always says unicorns and peanut butter.
I'm sure the people that were helping him write this were probably like... Wow.
My favorite thing to do with my dad is shopping, and that's true. That you guys do that so much. You go do all the grocery shopping for me. Thank you very much.
Yep.
If I could buy him a gift, I would buy him a whoopee cushion and trick him.
I know it now. I'm on to you, kid.
I love my dad more than water.
There we go.
So she loves you more than water, and Timmy loves you more than snakes. And here is a picture that she drew of herself and Daddy. It looks a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
You're round in that picture.
I'm rotund.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. Alright, enough of our kids' artwork. Next week. You do not want to miss next week.
We have a special announcement.
We will have a special announcement. We do not have an announcement yet. But within the next week, we should know where we're going for our next contract. So, stay tuned for that.
I know, it's driving you crazy, Bill. You're just going to have to take the patience pills and relax.
It's coming soon! My goal for the last 2 weeks of being here in Shreveport, Louisiana, is to get well. Yes. I have been fighting some sort of infection, some cold thing, and it's just driving me insane. I need to eat less chocolate, but there's a lot of chocolate in the house right now. But I've been increasing my vitamin C.
Father's Day.
I know, Father's Day chocolate, right? I have been drinking tons of water. We're going to the supplement store tomorrow to get a few more items that I can just keep dousing myself with.
A lot of antioxidants and things like that.
And I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm going to find a doctor and I'm going to get some antibiotics. But at this point, we're going to treat it with everything that we can.
Yep.
I'm doing okay. I just take lots of naps on my weekends. And
which means I don't get as much time off, but that's...
I know. Anyway, happy Father's Day to everyone who is a father.
Yep.
I hope that your day was fantastic and that you got to celebrate with people that you love, that you were intentional on your Father's Day, that you felt like others were being intentional towards you. We appreciate every single one of you.
Yes.
Because none of us would be here without our fathers, without our dads.
Yeah. And most people on this channel know what that means, so.
Okay.
We're not going to go much into more.
Shout out.
Okay, moving on.
Shout out. We're up to 472 subscribers, so thank you. Thank you.
We are really, really close.
We have 28 more to go to hit that 500 goal.
Let's see if we can do it before our next location.
Ooh, yes.
Which I don't want to give away right now.
Which means that we have less than 3 weeks, possibly.
Yep.
So shout out to Gerald Collier, who joined today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to seeing you on the live stream, maybe, if you catch us.
Yep.
Getting to know you, and yeah. Anything else you want to say on this Father's Day?
Happy Father's Day to my dad and to my grandpa and to her dad.
My dad. Both my grandpas have passed.
Yeah. Both my grandpas aren't passed, so.
I know. You're Grandpa Rich.
I'm Grandpa Rich. So, but yeah, we still have, even though we're wrapping up our stay here, we do have a whole lot more content about Louisiana.
A lot of footage.
And we're going to work on getting it all together in a few amazing videos for you. So keep staying tuned, which means hit that notification bell for sure. And so that you can get notified when we get a new video that comes up.
Use your overlay, dear.
And hit the bell thing. I know.
I'm sorry.
It has been a rough.
It's not been a rough. It's been just fun. It's been relaxed. We aren't perfect. This was definitely not a perfect live stream, but
yeah,
it's been fun.
I think our move here went a lot smoother.
It did. I mean, even though we hadn't packed up the trailer for like 2 months.
It was almost worse for that first month moving into the next one than it was being here for 2 months. Mm-hmm. I was sitting there for 2 months visualizing the route how I was going to drive that trailer out of the lot or out of the campground. Mm-hmm. And besides a small clipping of the edge of the concrete pad, small clip of the end.
A small clip. He fell off of it, but it was already like broken, and the whole piece of concrete went whoop and was like sticking out of the ground. I'm like, we can't leave that like that.
The thing is that every single
concrete pad is broken like that
on that edge.
So it's a nice straight concrete pad, and then at the end it flares out, but it just flares out to these little tiny points. So of course it's not going to sustain
it's just concrete.
An entire vehicle wheel on it.
14,000 pounds of trailer.
So we busted that.
It was already busted when we
busted it more. Like it wasn't that bad, and when you backed into it when we got there, I was like, oh, he broke it.
And then we looked down the low row, and it's like broken.
Yeah. Yeah. In the end, it'll probably all get broken up into like concrete pieces.
Yeah.
Little rocks, and just become.
Just kind of like these little.
Like a gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah. So we are probably going to try and do things on our next location a little differently as far as how we stay, but we'll go into that probably more later.
I get antsy sitting still for too long.
Yeah, the hard part is that the cheapest way to travel in an area where you can only go really from park to park is to do it monthly.
Right, if you're not going like the park hopping with Thousand Trails, the cheapest way is to do monthly. So, but you don't get that feeling of traveling if you're always coming back to the same place.
Yeah.
So I get itchy feet and wanting to.
And we might try and get our feet wet with boondocking while we're gone as well.
He started up the generator the other night. Make sure it still worked really well. Had been a couple of weeks since he'd done that. Yeah.
So we're trying to do things a little bit differently, but this was our very first contract. And so we wanted to focus more on the contract itself.
Getting our feet wet.
Yeah, how do we live? How do we, so we'll be here for another 2 weeks, but is 2 weeks going to be good for us to hop around? Because some places it's more expensive to do 2 weeks than it is to do a month. That's like cheaper dollar-wise to stay a month than it is to stay 2 weeks. It's nuts.
I don't know. I guess because they're catering to people who stay longer. Oil field workers and such.
Yeah.
Well, it's starting to rain out there. I better close the door. We're going to sign off.
Yep.
Happy Father's Day again to all of you. God bless you and your families.
And keep your ear out for the video with my in-laws, with my father and her father. We'll re-upload that, and we'll actually re-upload this as well so that you can enjoy that without any interruptions.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. Live intentionally.